Whelan wearing 12 and Steve McManaman wearing 17, and up front Ian Rush wearing 9 and Nigel Clough wearing 7. On the bench, Mark Walters with 11 and Mike Marsh wearing 21, and Liverpool's sub-goalkeeper is Mike Cooper wearing 24. Spurs have Eric Thorstvedt in goal wearing number 1, of course, Dean Austin 2, Colin Calderwood 5, Gary Mabbutt 6 and Sol Campbell 23. In midfield, Vinnie Samways wearing 4, Jason Dozzell wearing 12, Steve Sedgley wearing 14 and David Howells 15, and up front Gordon Durie wearing 8 and Teddy Sheringham wearing 10. Darren Anderton and Darren Caskey are on the bench wearing 9 and 20 respectively, and of course Spurs sub-goalkeeper is Ian Walker. Well, they've tossed up, they're changing ends, and it'll be Spurs defending the Kop end in the first half, and Liverpool starting off in front of the Spurs fans and others at the Anfield Road end. Just before we start, a 7:30 kick-off at the Dell. Southampton are 1 goal up against Swindon Town. So it's Liverpool to kick off. And off we go, Rush to Clough. Liverpool kicking from left to right toward the Kop end. Gary Mabbutt finding Gordon Durie, but it's picked up by Clough, who plays it cross field. David Burrows wearing 3, out to the left. Lay back to Ronnie Whelan. Still in play. David Howells looking for the ball. Deflection finds its way back. Mulby nods it back and it's hoofed upfield by Ruddock. Mabbutt clearing that. Dean Austin controlling it. And that looked like a bit of a nick onto Howells' ankles. Referee didn't spot it. And it's coming up for a throw into Spurs to be taken by Sol Campbell. Vinnie Samways giving Jason Dozzell his first touch in the game. Nice build up from Spurs. Durie's on the ball. Find Dean Austin out on the right. Nice triangles from Spurs. Vinnie Samways seems always to be at the heart of these lovely triangular moves. Durie crosses it, it's nodded clear by Ruddock. Nicol playing wide on the right. And Rob Jones, good to see him back again for England fans, no doubt. Sol Campbell, who made such an impression during the under-18 championships during the summer. Jason Dozzell working industriously. And Campbell again, he's got 2 men on him, and Jones is going to save it. It doesn't go for the corner or the Nicol clears it upfield. Rush rises, flicks it on, but it's going to be a throw into Spurs. Steve Sedgley finds Colin Calderwood. Time for Spurs to build from the back. And the referee blows up for that foul on Colin Calderwood. The referee's Kieran Barrett of Coventry. Mabbutt finding Austin wide on the right. Back again. Vinnie Samways foraging in midfield. On a nice run out to Austin on the side, who crosses it over. Not with the kind of accuracy you'd have hoped. But the Spurs fans behind Grobbelaar's goal giving the lads plenty of encouragement. And Grobbelaar with his pigtail and his all-black kit. First touch on the ball, and he's going to take the goal kick from the Anfield Road end. Campbell for the header. It's a throw into Liverpool. Rob Jones to take. Puts it into touch and Burrows to take the throw in front of the Kemlyn Road stand. McManaman on the ball. Finds Mulby, who's slimmed down since last year. Liverpool spreading it out. Jones finding Nicol, but it's deflected into touch. And Sol Campbell to take another throw in. Spurs fans certainly making themselves heard. Samways again in the centre, across to the other side. Dozzell to Austin and back again. And Durie back to Samways again, and it's still with Samways. Ronnie Whelan flicked header. And it seems the Spurs fans are letting Neil Ruddock know exactly how they feel. Big clearance from Eric Thorstvedt. Burrows gets underneath it. Mabbutt rising well, nods it forward. Liverpool back in possession. Ruddock again with his left foot, hoofs it up. Clough is chasing it. Calderwood's on him. And Colin Calderwood gives away a corner. She's taken quickly. Ronnie Whelan yet again. Nicely cut up by Steve Sedgley. Spurs can bring it away with Dean Austin. Searching ball, one for Durie to run onto, but it's too strong. Ronnie Whelan, who enjoyed an excellent testimonial against Newcastle pre-season, finds Nicol wide on the right. Jones is making the run, and Kieran Barrett pulls up Sol Campbell. That little nudge on Whelan's taken quickly. Whelan's back on. Nicol's back on the ball. Now a massive clearance by Thorstvedt, looking for Durie. Mulby out, jumping Samways, hardly surprisingly. Good few inches taller. Ruddock searching out a colleague, succeeds only in putting it into touch. Much to the pleasure of the Spurs behind the Anfield Road goal. Neat 1-2 between Nicol and Rush. Nicol still in possession. It's Mulby with Sedgley's coming in on him. He lays it off. Whelan to Clough. Wide to Nicol. Puts a big crossover. Headed partially clear. Burrows attempts a cross. Blocked by David Howells. McManaman got two men to cover him. And the ref seen an infringement. And we're hearing from Molyneux that Gavin Maguire was sent off for Millwall in their game against Wolves. Samways once again in midfield. 1-2 with Sheringham, back to Samways. Finds Dozzell. There's Durie on the run. He's got Dozzell on his right. Durie takes a shot. Oh! Excellent shot. To see that shot from Durie again. We'll take another look at it again in a moment. But first we'll see the corner. Steve Sedgley will take, left-footed. Near post, Grobbelaar's out, pushes it clear. Rush heads it on. McManaman about to start the counter. Liverpool building steadily on the left, Burrow and Whelan. Throw to Spurs. Let's take another look at that shot from Gordon Durie. Really nicely. Good save by Grobbelaar, nicely on target. We rejoin the action with Mark Wright playing it wide to the left, getting the ball back again, spreading it this time to the right with Rob Jones to run onto. Jones crossfield run, feeds one through, aiming at Rushy. No problem for Eric Thorstvedt. Flick on header by Durie. It's Sheringham. I do believe that's a corner. He had no cause to. Clearly a corner. And Karen Barrett is telling Ruddock to cool it a bit. Neil Ruddock, of course, scored for Spurs against Liverpool last season, back here at White Hart Lane. Sedgley again to take the corner from Spurs' right wing. He's signalling. I would suggest that's a far post corner. Certainly is. And Mark Wright puts it for another corner on this near side. The Spurs fans behind that goal certainly giving the lads plenty of encouragement. Sedgley crossing over to the left wing and giving a different signal. This will probably be a near post one, but I could be wrong. It's cleared and it's Rush bringing the ball out for Liverpool. Hopeful clearance. Once again, Samways plays it back to Eric Thorstvedt, who obviously can't pick it up. The back pass rule. Plays it out to Dean Austin. Spurs happy to build steadily. Dozzell searching out Sheringham, who finds Durie. And Durie's got a high rebound off Ruddock. Durie's through. Oh! Grobbelaar was fortunate to get his body behind. Durie was looking on there in the 12th minute. There's Liverpool building up on the right now with Rob Jones. Searching out Mulby, who gives it straight back. Not a very good ball from Mulby. I think we'll take another look at Gordon Durie's effort there. Here it comes. He was clean through. I suppose you have to credit the goalkeeper for spreading himself like that. And Grobbelaar does tend to make his own luck. Mabbutt's on the ball now. Plays up, looking out for Sedgley. He's getting a deflection. It's Mark Wright getting himself into a state, and Sedgley's beaten him. Certainly, pace is certainly picking up. Mulby in midfield, spreads it out to the right to McManaman. McManaman searching out Burrows, has gone on the overlap. It's back with McManaman. Finds Rush to Clough. And it's brought away by Colin Calderwood. Coolly, as you like. Long attempted pass from David Howells, picked out by Ruddock. Jones once again out to Nichols, playing wide on the right of midfield for Liverpool, having a new lease of life. Mulby switching it to the left to David Burrows, shaping for the cross. No, he's gone for the 1-2. And McManaman puts it wide. McManaman, of course, got 2 goals against Swindon in their 5-0 win on Sunday. So it's a goal kick to Spurs. Nicol rises, nods it back. Safely back to Erik Thorstvedt. David Howells out on the right, turns once again back to Vinnie Samways, seems to be the hub of all the activity. It's wide on the right again. Back to Vinnie once more. Vinnie decides to switch it, so Campbell nods it forward. Bit too ambitious for Teddy Sheringham. Spurs have still got possession, so Campbell still finds Calderwood in the centre of the park. Dean Austin on the right, plays it forward, Durie picks it up, but it runs loose to a Liverpool player. Burrows to Ruddock, and Liverpool will start to build from the back, out to the right to Jones again, finds Mark Wright in the centre. Campbell has no problem taking it off Nicol. Dozzell starts, plays a long ball forward for Campbell to run onto. Jones managing to outpace him. And smart enough even to win the throw-in for Liverpool. Rob Jones, who cost £300,000 from Crewe in 1991, October. Won England cap, won full cap against France last year. And hoofed clear. And he finds a Spurs player. And it's Spurs building up again. Dozzell can pick that up as it was headed on. And he does so. Throw out to the right, left to McManaman. Lays it off for Whelan. Burrows. McManaman foraging on the left. He's past Austin. He's crossing it through. And Clough, 1-0. There's McManaman getting past Austin, was set up, gave Nigel Clough an easy opportunity from the edge of the 6-yard box. 16 minutes and 50 seconds gone at Anfield. It's Liverpool 1, Spurs 0. Clough's 4th goal of the season. What a start he's had for the Anfield club. Spurs to build up patiently from the back again. Mabbutt. And he wins the throw-in. He's going to leave it to Sol Campbell to take. Sol will need to go back a bit. And a bit more, according to Karen Barrett. Dozzell almost played Sol Campbell to trouble. That's all he could do to play it forward. Throw into Spurs as we hear that Chelsea are 1-0 up against Queen's Park Rangers at Stamford Bridge. The Coppites certainly make themselves heard at Anfield. Now Dozzell loses out to Rush. Rush is looking for his options, he plays it wide. Nicely cut up by David Howells, but Liverpool still got possession with Burrows on the left. Finds McManaman Howells attempted to close him down, it's played forward. And Mabbutt, reliable as ever to clear forward. Sheringham to Samways. Look, oh, Vinny played Teddy in a bit of a problem there. Liverpool can start again building up. Steve Nicol on the right side of midfield, going wide. Finds Whelan. Gordon Durie gives him a bit of a nudge, but Liverpool will keep possession. Whelan still there with Mulby. Plays it forward. Looking for Rush. Calderwood puts it behind for a corner. They're coming up on 20 minutes. Liverpool take a corner from their right wing. Nicol to take. Is it going to be a short one with Jones? No. So headers in there. It was Ruddock, but he put it wide. Neil Ruddock, who scored for Liverpool at Swindon on Sunday. He also got one in Ronnie Williams' testimonial against Newcastle just pre-season. Sedgley rising for that one. It comes off the Liverpool player for a throw into Spurs, which Sedgley will take. I think he'll have to go back. Campbell back to Mabbutt. Mabbutt in midfield, playing a long one forward, looking for Durie. Durie got the touch, but only succeeded in giving Liverpool a throw-in, about 10 yards up from their goal line. Jones being pressured, but yet another throw. David Howells came in tight on him. Longer throw up the line. Sedgley rises, falls to Whelan, who hoists it forward. Mabbutt beating Rush to it. Sheringham laying the ball back. Dean Austin and Vinny Samways. Samways is searching out his options, looking towards his left. Finds Gordon Durie. Dispossessed by Ian Rush. Recipient of a 1-2. Liverpool building up. Now it's a bit too ambitious, and that will be a throw into Spurs. Teddy Sheringham coming deep, spraying it to the right to Dean Austin. And as expected, back to Vinny Samways in the centre of the park. Looking for Durie, he's beaten to it. It's still with Spurs, it's still with Jason Dozzell. To his left is Mabbutt. Mabbutt finds Sedgley. Mabbutt continues to run wide to Campbell. Sedgley has time to look up. Finds Durie. The Liverpool defender puts that into touch. We're here from St James's Park. Newcastle 1 up against Everton, with 22.5 minutes gone here at Anfield. Spurs again building patiently from the back. Mabbutt to Calderwood, is coming out. Finds Howells, who tries to flick it forward to Sheringham, but not as accurate as David would have liked. And it's Liverpool again with Burrows on the left. He slipped, but he's got the rebound off of Calderwood. It's Nigel Clough on the edge of the area. See, Clough has a poke from outside the area. Eric Thorstvedt well positioned, no problem for him. Pick up the action on the right. David Howells on the edge of the area. He's got the deflection off Mark Wright. It's going to be another corner for Spurs. Alternate right side, and once again Steve Sedgley going across. Mark Wright, England international. Spurs fans may recall he broke his leg at White Hart Lane in a FA Cup semi-final for Southampton some years ago. Signal once again from Steve Sedgley. Again, it's to the far post. Calderwood's up. Flick header away from the defender. It's a throw in to Spurs. Taken quickly by Howells. Gets it back from Samways. So Campbell attempting a 1-2. Puts Nicol under pressure to win Spurs another throw in. 12 yards short of the Liverpool goal line. Then Samways loses out. Liverpool with Whelan. Good block tackle, but it could go back to McManaman to pick up. Mabbutt's tell you that he's played it to Neil Ruddock. Obviously, it's the option to right and out to the right to Rob Jones. Finds his way back to Ruddock again. Spurs putting pressure on the Liverpool defenders. You can't complain about the attitude of the Spurs players. Once again, a patient build-up for Liverpool. It's Burrows on the left, finding Mulby. Back to Burrows again. McManaman tries to flick on, and he's succeeded. Burrows still with it. Samways is with him. And that'll be a corner. Good tackle from Samways. He wasn't going to let Burrows get the better of him. McManaman was going to attempt a quick one, but no. Places it deliberately. Headed clear. It's Whelan on the edge of the area. The referee's blown up. Again, Spurs fans may well remember Kieran Barrett was the ref here at White Hart Lane on Good Friday last year when Spurs beat Norwich by 5-1. Free kick to Spurs on the edge of the D. Thorstvedt. Ruddock giving that the other way. I thought that Ruddock had a hand on Durie's head, but no. McManaman on the left. Short ball. Burrows. Whelan crossfield for Jones. Jones spreading it wide to Nicol. Sol Campbell paying him attention. Jones has it back again. Tries a 1-2 and succeeds. Edge of the area. Nice flick on Mulby, but Spurs have picked it up. Durie playing out to the left. Sheringham just manages to keep it in. Liverpool will have it again. Ronnie Whelan in midfield. Steve Nicol trying an early ball, neatly cut out. Dozzell has it. Nice move, Sheringham to Dozzell. Dozzell can move forward, he's looking for his options. Burrows gets the tackle in, runs loose for Grobbelaar to pick up. Bolts it out underarm, straight to McManaman and to Burrows. Whelan playing much the same kind of role for Liverpool as Samways is for Spurs. Seems to be at the hub of all the action. Nice ball forward to Rush. Rush hits it with his left foot. No problem for Eric Thorstvedt. Rush is on 199 league goals for Liverpool. He didn't get it on his 200th on Sunday. Let's hope he doesn't get it tonight either. Whelan once again picking up the Clough, who spreads it left to McManaman. McManaman has Austin on his heels. He gets the tackle in neatly for Mabbutt to clear, but it's still with Burrows on the left. He tries an ambitious cross. Wide. It'll be a goal kick to Spurs. This is David Burrows' first start of the season. He's been on the bench for them earlier on, but this is the first time he started the game in the fourth game that Liverpool have played. Both sides have played 3. Liverpool have 3 wins from 3. Spurs have 2 from 3, of course. Thorstvedt will clear upfield. Looking for Durie. It's on the bounce. Wright has... Oh! Wright almost put Grobbelaar in trouble. Spurs building from the left with Campbell. Avoids his men. Sedgley looks for Teddy Sheringham. It was pushed in and back. It must be a penalty, and it's given. Quite right too. 30th minute, Burrows let heavily in on Teddy Sheringham, and Kieran Barrett had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. Not interested in the arguments. And that's what Grobbelaar's telling his colleagues. You achieve nothing by arguing with Kieran Barrett. And it's Sheringham to place the ball on the spot. The Anfield Road end. And it's there. It's 1-1. Sheringham from the spot in the 31st minute. Let's take another look at it. Oh, Grobbelaar guessed the right way, but the penalty was just too good and too strong for him. And Sheringham gets his second of the season, make the score Liverpool 1, Spurs 1. Well, we have a game on our hands here now. The Spurs fans certainly making themselves heard above the 40,000 crowd we guess at Anfield. McManaman trying to get down the left, he's beaten. He manages to regain possession back again. He runs into touch. And the linesman flags in Spurs' favour. Dean Austin taking the throw. Rob Jones wide on the right, hoisting it forward, searching out Clough, who didn't run on, searching out Rush, who didn't run on for it. Dozzell losing possession. Mulby picking it up, feeds a ball through. Eric Thorstvedt out of his area. Plays it upfield and finds Gordon Durie, who was surely pushed in the back by Ruddock. And Kieran Barrett's going to have a word with Ruddock. Spurs take a quick free kick. Dozzell to Howells. Finds Sheringham. Two men on him, he lays it off. Goes left, wide on the left to Sedgley, who's moving infield. He's got Campbell out on his outside. He plays it inside to Durie. Durie plays it wide to the right. Dean Austin turns Burrows. Liverpool managed to nick it back. Start building up themselves in the left wing. McManaman finds Pavis back to Roddy Whelan in midfield. Mark Wright moving forward, plays it out to Rob Jones. Does your heart good to hear the volume and the support that the Spurs travelling fans are giving the team. Nigel Clough plays it forward to McManaman on the left. He's got Austin and Howells in front of him. McManaman plays a short one to Clough. He loses, gives it straight to Jason Dozzell. Then Samways picks it up. Sheringham in midfield. Plenty of time to decide what to do with it. Decides to play to Gordon Durie. Gives Mulby the opportunity to move forward. Clough tries an easy one forward, and that 200th league goal still eluding Ian Rush. Eric Thorstvedt gains possession. See it again. Sol Campbell did well to put Rush off his stroke. Good defending by the young Spurs fullback. Ball goes into touch for a throw into Liverpool. We're in the 34th minute. It's Liverpool 1, Spurs 1 at Anfield. Rush laying the ball off to Burrows. Wide to the left of McManaman. Burrows again. Mulby, neat back heel. Whelan spraying it out to wide to Nicol on the right. Plays a first time ball. Well, it may have been a foul, but Rob Jones didn't quite need those kind of theatrics. Jones picked up a yellow card against Swindon on Sunday. Throwing himself around like that, he'd soon find he could get himself another one. So it's a free kick to Liverpool just outside the Spurs area. Barrett asking Samways and Sedge to move back. Mulby crosses it. That'll be a goal kick to Spurs, no problem. Ruddock once again off target, having a moment to have a brief word with his former colleague, and one here still his friend, Teddy Sheringham. Flick forward, Durie, but it's picked up by Nicol. Plays it up the right to Jones. Durie missed his tackle. Jones has slipped over. Campbell has been dispossessed by Nigel Clough. Tries a first time cross. Gary Mabbutt puts behind for the corner at the top end. This of course is the last year of the Kop. It'll become all-seater next season. Another bit of history disappearing at one of the famous grounds in Britain. Nicol to take it. Flick headed out, Durie's up. Whelan nods it on as right, but that'll be Thorstvedt's ball. Good defending by Spurs. Calderwood and Campbell protecting their keeper. 9 minutes to half time. Liverpool 1, Spurs 1 at Anfield. Big clearance from Eric Thorstvedt. Sheringham and Burrows both miss it. Falls to Ruddock. Hoofs it forward. Flicked on by Rush. Dean Austin cuts it out. Again, it's that man Whelan in midfield, finding Steve Nicol. Plays a 1-2 with Rob Jones. Nicol still on the ball. Clough dropped back. Didn't appreciate the tackle by Jason Dozzell. McManaman on the left, lays it back to Burrows, who hits it first time, crosses it. In spite of David Howells' efforts, it is still a header. Throw in. McManaman crosses it with his right, looking for Rush, but neatly cut up by Eric Thorstvedt. Mark Ryden headed it forward. Cut out, Spurs have the ball. Durie, Samways back again. Once again, Whelan, hub of all the action for Liverpool. Out to his left to Burrows. Looks for Clough, who's picked him up. His own mark. There's McManaman. And Samways dribbling it out. Bit of a worry there for a moment. Lost possession to Whelan again. McManaman's on the ball on the left. Gets his crossing cut out by Calderwood. Jones having a poke from all of 30 yards. Oh, yeah. Good effort. Just over. Have another look at that goalmouth incident. McManaman crossing from the left, evading Austin's tackle. It didn't fall for Rush. Campbell had it covered. So did Samways, so did Calderwood. And Samways again. Jason Dozzell lays it back to Colin Calderwood. Former Swindon captain, now a Spurs player. Sheringham's come deep. Centre line. Calderwood plays a long ball forward. Whistle's gone, offside decision given. It's Mulby in midfield. The big Dane finding Burrows out on his left. Plays an ambitious ball forward for McMahon to run onto. It's back to Mulby again. Who's going to have a go from there? Straight into an advertising ball well wide of Eric Thorstvedt's post. 5.5 minutes to half time. It's Liverpool 1, Spurs 1 at Anfield. Much has been made of Ossie Ardiles' first appearance here as a player. Things are certainly different as his first appearance as a manager. Oh, that was a wild fly in there from Whelan. Referee allows play to continue with Burrows on the left. Whelan again. Good tackle by Sedgley. Howells plays it forward. That time Ruddock did beat Sheringham to it. It's out to McManaman on the left. Past Austin, he crosses it. Thorstvedt gets a hand on it. Campbell prevents the corner. And indeed wins the throw-in, playing it off Steve Nicol. Good football all round. So Campbell takes the throw up the line. Durie flicks it on, finds Sheringham. Turns Mark right. Durie back again on just in front of the dugouts. Crossfield pass, very nice pass to Dean Austin, who plays it forward to David Howells. Spurs on a run, he has got Dozzell on his inside, plays it to Dozzell, takes, oh, and it's Sheringham, he must score, he does! And Teddy Sheringham milking it in front of the Spurs supporters at the Anfield Road end. 41 minutes and 10 seconds. Dozzell does brilliantly, he comes off Grobbelaar's legs this time. Sheringham's ready to pick up the pieces, avoids Mark Wright's tackle and slides it into the corner. Lovely goal for his third of the season, his second tonight. It's Liverpool 1, Spurs 2. Mark Wright coming forward. Samways finds Sheringham. Dozzell goes on the run, but it's aimed forward for Durie. Rob Jones is there. Turns, has time. Durie closed him down, forced the error. Sol Campbell picks it up. Mark Wright's suffered a bit at Teddy Sheringham's heels. Referee Barrett gives a free kick. Rush finds Nigel Clough, who has time to turn and look up. Dozzell's on him. Lays it back to David Burrows. The referee's blown up. That foul? No. He's not allowing the quick free kick. Dozzell's foul on Nigel Clough is being spoken to by the referee. And Nigel Clough being told to calm down as well. So it's a free kick to Liverpool with 2 minutes to half time. Yeah, Mulby to take it. Chips it forward. Cleared by the Spurs defence. Burrows plays it to Mulby. Mulby hits it forward, aimed at Rush. Rush lays it off to Ruddock. And it's saved comfortably by Eric Thorstvedt from his former colleague. The Spurs fans behind Grobbelaar's goal certainly giving plenty of vocal support to the lads, as I'm sure you are, back at White Hart Lane and at White's. And a bit of an ambitious back pass here from David Howells. Nigel Clough finds Rob Jones, gets the cross in, headed away by Colin Calderwood. Burrows beaten to it. Ruddock tries to find a colleague, succeeds only in finding Dean Austin. Rush finds Clough. Steve Nicol gets the cross in, headed up by Gary Mabbutt. It's back to Rob Jones. Ruddock again will hoist one with his left foot forward, comfortably into Eric Thorstvedt's hands on the bounce. 6'4" keeper, Norwegian international of course. Sheringham flicks it on, it's straight to Ruddock. Durie's put him under pressure, but Liverpool get the throw. Half-time scores from the Dell. Southampton are 3 up against Swindon. Samways finding Jason Dozzell, back to Samways again, chested forward by Sheringham. Putting the Liverpool defence under pressure. Ruddock slips as he clears that one, but he still finds Rush. And Austin and Samways combine to dispossess Rush. Calderwood plays a long ball forward. Campbell are starting that slow build up again. Ruddock out to the right. Slipped on. Steve Nicol tries the first time cross. And it's a corner for Liverpool, which is taken quickly. Nicol again with his left. Hoofed out, Burrows plays it wide on the left this time. McManaman, neat back heel to Burrows. And Sheringham and Durie bring it away for Spurs. Sedgley having his shirt tugged slightly by Wright. Sheringham, Campbell calling for it. Sheringham sends Campbell on the run. Jones is going to cut it out. Finds Nicol. Evades Sheringham's tackle. Nicol plays it forward for Howells. It's a knock back defensively towards Eric Thorstvedt. And Dean Austin will start to move on the right. Bit of an ambitious that one from young Dean. So it's Mark Wright in the middle of the park for Liverpool, playing it forward to Rob Jones. Steve Nicol. Nice bit of defending. Durie's been dispossessed. Whelan plays it forward. That's to Mulby. And Colin Calderwood, quick to spot the danger. And so Campbell even prevents it going for the throw. Spurs can build from the left. Campbell's dispossessed. Rob Jones gets it back again. Benny Samways, Nigel Clough. David Burrows takes a shot. Eric Thorstvedt in the 51st minute, comfortably into his body. David Burrows, who came into the side tonight in place of Bjornaby. Sol Campbell, more of a block than a pass. Mark Wright picks up. Plays it forward to Jan Mulby. Jones goes on the overlap and Clough feeds him. Is Campbell going to beat him to it? He is, and that'll be a corner to Liverpool. Campbell defending the far post. And Steve Nicol with his right foot. Nicely picked out by Sheringham. Into Liverpool's half, and Burrows takes it all the way back to Grobbelaar, who comes out of his area, a couple of paces. And Campbell. One for Rush to run onto. Thorstvedt quickly puts it into touch. Liverpool take the throw in quickly if they can, and they do. Ronnie Whelan tries a cross. Gary Mabbutt was hand up, and the linesman's given it. It's offside. Won't count. It's still Liverpool 1, Spurs 2. And Darren Anderton and Darren Caskey warming up. We hear from Stamford Bridge that Chelsea have gone 2 up against Queen's Park Rangers. Glenn Hoddle's Chelsea taking a 2-0 lead against their West London neighbours. But at Anfield it's Liverpool building from the right. Gary Mabbutt clearing it and even getting the throw in as he plays it off to Steve Nicol. The home crowd getting behind their side. We can hear the Spurs fans giving as good as they get. They're less in numbers, of course. Teddy Sheringham is cut out by Mark Wright. Again, Mulby. Nicol finds Clough, he finds Rush, he lets it go for Mulby, who's gone on the run. It's gone White and McManaman on the left. Burrows has gone on the overlap. It's being closed down. He's had to play it back. Ruddock plays a fairly aimless ball forward. It's cut out, but Liverpool have possession again with Rob Jones. And Steve Nicol wide on the right. Cross aiming at Clough, it's cut out. And deflected, it'll be a throw in to Liverpool. Should be taken by Steve McManaman. Nigel Clough. Slightly nudged by Colin Calderwood. Kieran Barrett will want to have a word with Colin Calderwood. Eric Thorstvedt, as you can see, busily organising his wall. 2-man wall he's calling for as the referee paces it out. Wall's grown in size. It's 4 men, 5 men and 2 Liverpool players. It's Mulby, plays it forward. Mabbutt heads it out. And Campbell who can move, as he showed in the Under-18 Championship. Sol Campbell. Good run by Sol. It's cut out. And that's gone into touch. It'll be a throw-in to the home side, which Burrows takes. Ruddock makes Jones run back 10-15 yards. It's back with Ruddock in midfield. Finds Mark Wright on his right hand side. Yeah, Mulby spraying it to Rob Jones. Sends Nicol on a run. Gets the cross in. Comfortably taken by Eric Thorstvedt. Huge clearance by Eric Thorstvedt. Finds Teddy Sheringham. Steve Sedgley plays it forward. No problem for Grobbelaar. Sprays it wide to McManaman and Burrows. And the Dane Jan Molby. McManaman with Dean Austin and Gordon Durie. Durie puts it behind for the corner, as we hear from the big derby match at Carrow Road. Norwich City have gone one up against their neighbours Ipswich Town. So McManaman places the ball, but he's going to leave it for Burrows to take the corner from Liverpool's left. Hit on the volley and deflected over by a Liverpool player. That'll be a goal kick. It was Ian Rush. Tried a flick header, only succeeded in putting it way over the bar. And as a substitution for Liverpool, Mark Walters is coming on. Replacing David Burrows. Mark Walters, who played on the opening day of the season against Sheffield Wednesday, been out the side, the former Aston Villa and Rangers player, of course. And it's an attacker for a defender. Walters, quick to get a touch, succeeds in giving a throw into Spurs. Jason Dozzell's adjudged to have nudged Jan Molby as he went up for the header. And Molby takes it quickly out to Walters on the right, who lets it roll into touch. There'll be another throw into Spurs. His first couple of touches in this game, letting Mark Walters down. In the 58th minute, it's still Liverpool 1, Spurs 2 at Anfield. Fourth game of the season for both sides. Walters finding Molby, and Walters has it back. Being crowded out, Rob Jones. Left-footed cross, headed out. Sheringham out jumping Molby. Falls to Steve Sedgley, sprays it forward to Gordon Durie. Ruddock checks, then got him. Liverpool playing out to the left to McManaman. McManaman choosing to go inside. Clough spraying it to Walters. Walters shot, a cross blocked by Campbell. Campbell staying with him. Molby finding Walters, who was fouled, and referee Karen Barrett giving a free kick to Liverpool. Referee Karen Barrett started off as an amateur goalkeeper, played for Coventry City as an amateur, and joined the full list as a referee in 1981-82. Free kick comfortably taken by Eric Thorstvedt on the edge of his 6-yard box. The Spurs fans behind his goal giving him plenty of encouragement. You're watching live pictures of Liverpool versus Spurs at White Hart Lane and at White's Club. Durie's flick header. Liverpool regain possession with Mark Wright. Playing it forward to Nigel Clough, who sprays it to Steve Nicol, who's moved over to the left to replace Burrows. So playing Burrow, Nicol from the right side of midfield is now playing in the left fullback position. And Colin Calderwood dispossessing Ronnie Whelan to concede a corner. Don't forget, this Saturday Spurs are at Aston Villa, and you can see live pictures exclusively at White's Club. Tickets on sale to members and non-members at £10 on the door. Liverpool's corner. Eric Thorstvedt goes for it. Liverpool spraying it wide to McManaman, but McManaman only succeeds in colliding with the press photographer. It's behind, it's a goal kick for Spurs. An hour on the clock. Liverpool 1, Spurs 2. 2 goals for Teddy Sheringham, the first from the penalty spot, both in reply to Nigel Clough's goal in the 17th minute. Ruddock plays it back to Grobbelaar, who has to dribble it. Grobbelaar does nothing better than to put it into touch in the Kemlyn Road stand. We should say the lower tier of the Kemlyn Road stand during the closed season. An upper tier was built and opened just recently. Mark Walters on a run down the right. Sol Campbell with him. Walters gets the cross in. Ian Rush comfortably into Eric Thorstvedt's arms. Another big clearance from Thorstvedt. He evades Sheringham and runs to Steve Nicol. Yeah, Mulby sets up Mark Wright to run forward. Mark Wright decides to leave it to Rob Jones. Nigel Clough looking for his options. He tries to find Jones on the overlap. And the referee gives the offside. Benny Samways had a very inspirational first half. He was at the centre of every move that Spurs started, near enough. Dean Austin checking McManaman's presence. McManaman decides to shove him into the photographers. So the referee, I think, has given the referee, yes, wasn't too impressed with that and gave the free kick. Thorstvedt finding Durie, back to Samways. Samways straight to Nicol though. And Rush to Clough, spreads it wide to Mark Walters. Walters has Mulby on his inside, he decides to go round Campbell, and Sol Campbell gets the block tackle in, puts it into touch for a Liverpool throw-in. Walters is cut out by Mabbutt. Finds Durie, manages to lay it off to Sheringham. Running loose with Whelan. Jones to Mark Walters, who lays it back to Whelan and to Walters again. Appeals for offside, not given. Walters gets the cross in. And cleared by a resolute Spurs defence. Shown the perfect attitude to this game. Against the side who've come into this game with maximum points, banged in a few goals and showed good form. You can't question Spurs' determination. Nigel Clough, as Walters goes down. Clough lucky to get the rebound off of Gary Mabbutt. Tries the cross straight to Eric Thorstvedt. Liverpool fans behind Eric Thorstvedt goal on that side, looking pretty impassive. Nicol gets underneath that. Wright gives a little nudge to Durie in the back. Referee allows play to go on with David Howells. That's Sheringham. Dean Austin. He slips and manages to hold possession. Plays Durie in. Samways to Sedgley, Dozzell. David Howells wasn't able to control that. Long ball forward. That'll be a throw into Spurs. McManaman getting very frustrated. He kicked the ball against the advertising board. Throw in, Liverpool. Jan Mulby. Steve Sedgley unable to clear that with his head. Walters gets the cross in. And the referee has given a corner, or the linesman, to be more precise, has given a corner, suggesting that Erik Thorstvedt carried over the line. We can't see from this angle. Spurs players didn't seem to think so. Ronnie Whelan. Teddy Sheringham blocks it, finds Samways. Mabbutt to clear. Mulby, it's a screamer over the top of Eric's bar. I'd like to think that Erik Thorstvedt probably had that one covered. Let's take another look. Erik, though off his goal line, I think had it covered. Just been given the crowd figure at Anfield, 42,456. 42,456 are crammed in at the ground, with plenty more back at White Hart Lane and White's, watching as Spurs lead Liverpool by 2-1 at Anfield. Rush. And it's cleared. It's a goal kick. Erik Thorstvedt choosing to take the kick from the opposite side of his goal area, as they're permitted to do now, goalkeepers, no longer needing to place the ball on the side of which the ball went over the goal line. Mark Wright allowing that to run into touch for a throw-in. She throws straight back to his keeper. Liverpool build from the left with Steve Nicol. Ruddock finding Clough. Plays it wide to McManaman. Mulby. Mark Waters. Sol Campbell caught out. It's Rob Jones. Ronnie Whelan, Liverpool keeping possession, building slowly. But Mulby gives it away for Campbell to pick up on the left. So good, and Durie on the run. Very questionable tackle by Neil Ruddock. Shakes hands with his former teammate. Take another look at that. Gordon Durie had possession. If Ruddock was going for the ball there, he was terribly late. And I think that's being kind. So it's Samways, Dozzell, and Samways again. Out to Sol Campbell. It's flicked forward, Durie. Out jumps Nicol. Jason Dozzell on his left. There's Dean Austin wide on the right. Gets the crossover. That'll be a throw into Spurs. And the Spurs fans behind Grobbelaar's goal, getting behind their team. Come on, you Spurs, is the chant. Colin Calderwood. Benny Samways crosses to the other side of the field for Sol Campbell. Campbell is taking on Walters. He evades him. And that's the corner to Spurs. As we hear that Southampton have gone 5 up against Swindon. All the early indications are that Swindon are going to have a difficult season in the FA Carling Premiership. In fact, Swindon have pulled one back now. It's 5-1. So they've gone one better than they did against Liverpool on Sunday. But like us, they've still got about another 20 minutes or so to go. Sheringham meets the header, flicks it over, but he's gone down, holding the back of his neck. The referee was trying to get play to carry on. We'll take another look at that. Interesting to see what exactly it was that caught Teddy Sheringham. Didn't seem to be, from this angle, didn't seem to be any arms. It may have been a slight clash of heads. May even have been Neil Ruddock's shoulder going into him. Of course, great mates from their days at Millwall and last season at White Hart Lane. Off the field, they're tremendous friends, but as all professionals would expect, adversaries for 90 minutes. Another 19 minutes on the clock, plus the time that referee Barrett might add on for stoppages. It's Grobler. Long goal kick, headed on by Clough, but Liverpool still have possession with Jan Molby. Mark Wright put Ronnie Whelan under pressure, but it's still back with Liverpool. Molby sprays it. McManaman, who switched wings, gets the cross in. It's behind the goal. That'll be another goal kick for Eric Thorstvedt to take. Steve McManaman, who has something in common with a Spurs player. They both, Steve McManaman and Darren Anderton, both are nicknamed Shaggy by their teammates. I'm reliably informed that Darren Anderton is named after a character in Scooby-Doo. I'm not sure how McManaman was given the same nickname. It'll be another goal kick to Spurs. The Spurs have Shaggy, Darren Anderton, and indeed Darren Caskey on the bench along with Ian Walker. Liverpool have used Mark Walters as a sub for Steve Burrows. They still have Mike Marsh and of course keeper Mike Hooper up Graham Souness's sleeve. Another long goal kick. Mark Wright was adjudged to have been fouled. And a quick ball up the left to Mark Walters. He looks up, puts his cross in. Rob Jones, one that skimmed all the way along the turf for another goal kick. Rob Jones has spent so much of his early part of his career out with the same injury that Nicky Barmby is now suffering from, shin splints, but it's fair to say that Rob Jones has made a fair recovery and must be in contention for the England team that Graham Taylor's going to name against Poland very, very soon. So it's Molby for Liverpool. Molby again. Rush. Lays it off to Nicol. Mark Walters. Mark Walters has Dean Austin and David Howells in front of him. Cleared by Gary Mabbutt. And Gordon Durie will let that run into touch for the throw into Spurs, which Teddy Sheringham will take quickly. He'll have to go back. If he doesn't go back, the referee's entitled to give a foul throw. Don't want that. Austin has it back again. Samways. Sheringham deep. Dozzell on a run. He's got Campbell on his outside. Checks in. Samways. Dozzell continues his run forward. David Howells playing back to Samways and back to Howells again. Dean Austin, who slipped. It's played into touch. It'll be a throw into Spurs. Our early estimations of 1,000 Spurs fans, it looks like and sounds like anything up to about 3,000 are certainly making themselves heard. As Gordon Durie picks up the ball, shapes to have a shot. Back to Samways, who crosses it. It's Dean Austin. Neatly forward to Dozzell. Dozzell's rounded Whelan. Dozzell's in possession on the edge of the area. He set up Sheringham, who, to be fair to Teddy Sheringham, was under pressure. And like Gary Lineker always used to say, a forward doesn't count the ones he misses, just the ones he scored. If one goes astray, you don't let your head get down. You're looking for the second one, of course. Teddy Sheringham, dare I say, looking for a hat-trick tonight. As we look at the clock with about 15 minutes still to go, it's Liverpool 1, Spurs 2 here at Anfield. Mark Walters has switched to the left. Plays Nicol in. Nicol gets the cross in. It's cleared by Colin Calderwood. A good clearance upfield. Mark Wright's climbing all over Gordon Durie, but the referee allows it to continue. Oh, neat one. Rob Jones on the edge of the area. Gary Mabbutt in front of him. Back to Mulby. Chips one forward. Spurs defenders hold their line. If any forward would have gone ahead, then they'd have been caught offside. And there's another goal kick to Spurs. Eric Thorstvedt lost count of the number of goal kicks he's had to take tonight. Runs forward to Gordon Durie. Gordon Durie's in the clear. Gordon Durie's into the area. He gets the cross in. Just wide. And you can tell by the reactions of Grobler and some of his colleagues that, dare I say, a little bit of panic is starting to set in. Take another look at that run of Gordon Durie's. It was well wide as he was being closed down. Certainly a breakaway to keep the ball away from the pressure zone at the other end of the field. It's Vinnie Samways. David Howells was dispossessed by Mark Walters. Still Walters. Whelan. Wide to Nicol, having switched to left back from right midfield when Burrows went off to make way for Mark Walters in the second half. David Howells brings it out. He gives it straight to Whelan. Mulby finding Rob Jones. Out to McManaman, who switched to the left, to the right hand side now. Gets his cross in. And Dean Austin flick header. Full-time score from the Dell. Southampton 5, Swindon Town 1. That is a result. 7:30 kick-off. Like the rest of the games in the Carling Premiership tonight, we kicked off at 7:45. 33 minutes in the second half gone. Spurs moving forward. Teddy Sheringham to Gordon Durie out on the right. Durie's got Mark right in front of him. Gordon Durie's going to the line. Crosses it. Grobler can't hold it. It's a corner to Spurs. Rob Jones helping himself to some of Bruce Grobler's Lucozade. But Bruce will have a drop himself now. We hear from Upton Park that West Ham have gone 1-up against Sheffield United. Or Sheffield Wednesday, I should say. Spurs corner, headed out. There's Mark Walters for Liverpool. Dispossessed by Vinnie Samways, who puts it into touch. A throw into Liverpool. Walters takes it to Nicol, back to Walters. Nicol attempts to play. His forwards in, was cut up by Vinnie Samways. Hefty block tackle has left Samways down and injured as George McAllister comes on to tend to him. So taking a look at some of the other scores that we've heard. Newcastle 1-up against Everton, Chelsea are 2-up against Queen's Park Rangers, Norwich are 1-up against Ipswich Town, West Ham are 1-up against Sheffield Wednesday, and in the Ensley Insurance First Division, Wolves are 2-0 up against Millwall, who were playing with 10 men after Gavin Maguire was sent off early on. We'll try and see if our cameraman managed to catch that injury to Vinnie Samways. Moving forward. It looked like Whelan to me, hard to see from here, but Vinnie's up and okay as Spurs continue. We get a throw in. With 10 minutes to go, Liverpool 1, Spurs 2 is the score. And Dean Austin to take the throw in. Samways back in the action. Dozzell flicks it forward. Durie finding Sheringham, but we've lost possession, and it's Liverpool with Walters running around in circles in midfield. Eventually finds Rob Jones. Scott McManaman on his outside. She plays him in. Jones continues his run wide. Manham being hustled by Sol Campbell. Jan Molby, his turn, and has the first time all along the ground. Eric Thorstvedt saw it, no problem. Oh, not surprisingly, the Anfield faithful trying to get behind their team, but the ball is at their end of the ground, with Ruddock playing Nicolin. Nicola evades David Howells, goes on the run. Dean Austin is facing him. Samways as well, he plays it back to Mark Walters. Mark Walters being hustled by Vinnie Samways. Ronnie Whelan tries a short ball forward to Nigel Clough, gets the cross in. Sol Campbell clears it. Huge applause from the Spurs faithful behind Eric's goal. The Spurs can bring it away with Gordon Durie. Shot marked right and Neil Ruddock ahead of him. Whelan chases back. Durie is blocked, but it finds Dozzell, plays a 1-2 off the referee. And the referee's blown up. He's blown up for an injury on Spurs skipper Gary Mabbutt. Gary Mabbutt down on the park. Gary Mabbutt, who made his Spurs debut against Liverpool, you may remember, the 1982 FA Charity Shield at Wembley. England international with 16 caps. And the Spurs players able to seize the opportunity to replenish the lost body fluid with an isotonic drink. Lucozade, who sponsor Spurs, the official drink of the Spurs team. Linesman's got his flag up, drawing the referee's attention to something or other. Bit of a debate going on in the middle of the park. The referee's going to give a drop ball, waiting for George McAllister to leave the park. And Darren Caskey is coming on to replace David Howells. David Caskey, Darren Caskey, whose squad number is number 20. David Howells going to take his seat on the bench. Nigel Clough trying to play in rush, and Mabbutt's tackle only deflects off Dean Austin to concede a corner. Darren Caskey wearing 20, the England under-18 captain in the successful tournament in the summer. Mark Walters taking the corner, far post, flicked out by a Liverpool player, McManaman picking it up, and Whelan to head it in for Jason Dozzell to clear. McManaman again deflecting off a Spurs player, this time for Sedgley to clear, but once again picked up by a Liverpool player. Whelan playing forward and he finds Samways, but Liverpool still keep possession with Ruddock. He flicks it up for Jason Dozzell to cut out. Caskey finding Samways. And Caskey able to have a run. Plays it forwards for Durie to run onto, a bit too ambitious. Darren Caskey, the England under-18 captain, who of course scored the penalty in the 1-0 win, that final against Turkey in the summer. Steve Nicol for Liverpool evades Caskey's tackle, plays a 1-2 with Rush, that's cut out. Samways, Dozzell I should say, picks it up. Caskey, Sheringham, Samways, triangles, possession football Spurs are playing. Just under 5 minutes left on the clock. Spurs are leading at Liverpool by 2-1. Latest from Upton Park is West Ham are 2-0 up against Sheffield Wednesday. West Ham could certainly do with the points after their disappointing start to their first season in the FA Carling Premiership. It's Liverpool out on the right with Steve McManaman. Whelan gets a cross in. Clough tries to play in. It's Whelan, Clough. Cleared by Spurs. The edge of the area. And Jason Dozzell can bring it out. Clough, Rush gets his tackle in. It's back with Liverpool. Liverpool starting to pile on the pressure in the last few minutes. Vinny Samways cutting that out, stops it going for the corner. And puts a long upfield clearance from Mark Wright's chase after with Gordon Durie. And Gordon's beaten him. It's into the side netting. Unfortunate. Durie did excellently there. Let's have another look at that. Even at that fast speed, we could see that Durie outpaced the England international Mark Wright. As we rejoin the action with a throw to Spurs. Dean Austin gets his block tackle in. It's gone back to Erik Thorstvedt. The Spurs fans behind Erik Thorstvedt's goal really getting behind the team now, as I'm sure you are at White Hart Lane and at White's, watching on the giant screens. Ronnie Whelan playing a long ball forward to Ian Rush. Yeah, Mulby spreads it wide to McManaman. He's got Campbell in front of him. He evades Campbell. Plays it wide for Rob Jones. It's a first time cross, neatly cut out by Gary Mabbutt. Gordon Durie in possession. He's got Mark Wright in front of him again. Will he try and outpace him again? He does, and he does. Wright gets the tackle in, and it's a corner for Spurs. Mark Wright will wonder whether his name is going to be in Graham Taylor's plans for the Poland game. Watching this, I wonder too. Sure you do. It's a short corner taken by Spurs. Back to Caskey. Sedgley. And Caskey again. Sedgley again. Didn't get the lucky bounce on that. It's come off of a Liverpool player. Steve Nicol, I think. And Sedgley takes a short corner to Caskey. Mark Walters in front of him. Oh, my eyes were distracted by the way that Mark Walters upended Darren. Well, I think the referee may have given a throw into Liverpool. Two and a half minutes left on the clock. No, 1.5 minutes left on the clock. Caskey gets up, and the referee has given the free kick to Spurs. Samways over it, short one to Caskey. And he plays it off of Rob Jones for a corner to Spurs. Should be taken by Vinny Samways. He chips it long way back to Steve Sedgley. Plays it forward to Caskey, who was trying to keep possession but succeeds only in putting it behind for a goal kick to Liverpool, which Grobler will take fairly quickly. Didn't even place the ball in his normal fashion. Flick on, Nigel Clough is in possession, plays it wide to Steve Nicol on the left. Nicol on his right foot, neatly cut out by Vinny Samways. Spurs are back in possession. Darren Caskey, Darren Caskey, rather than let the ball go out of touch, has given it away. Mark Walters on the left. Colin Calderwood in on that, gives away the throw in. 30 seconds of normal time left. Nicol gets the cross in. Campbell nods clear. Huge cheer goes up from the Spurs fans behind Erik Thorstvedt's goal. Mark Wright plays it forward to Steve McManaman. He evades the tackle. McManaman on the ball. Played Nicol into trouble. Caskey cut it out. The Liverpool get possession back with Walters on the left. Steve Nicol looking for Mark Wright. Campbell again underneath that to head clear. Ruddock heads it to Steve McManaman. We're in stoppage time. We're playing the time added on by referee Karen Barrett, with Spurs leading Liverpool by 2-1 at Anfield. the 4th game of the season. Grobler way out of his area, punts it upfield, cut out by Caskey, falls to Nickel, Ruddock, back to Wright. Mark Wright playing Ruddock in, Ruddock's playing, gone wide on the left. Clough out to his right with McManaman. Cross sting taken off of it by Campbell, and Steve Sedgley clears it into the Kemlyn Road stand. 3rd row, Liverpool fan throws it straight back for him to take a quick throw in. A minute of stoppage time has been added on by referee Karen Barrett, with Liverpool in possession. McManaman to Rob Jones, who tries a cross, and a huge cheer goes up as Eric Thorstvedt neatly gathers the ball, takes his time, bounces it 2, 3, 4 times. But you can see that as well as me. And a long clearance from Eric, straight to Rob Jones. Gordon Durie parrying him. Jones checks, cuts in. Nickel spraying it wide. Mark Walters. Liverpool, who've been unbeaten at Anfield since March, come forward with Mulby. Referee's played 2 minutes of stoppage time, and the ball goes into touch for a throw into Liverpool. The Spurs fans behind the goal don't agree with it. I think maybe there was a deflection off a Spurs player. Whelan punts it forward. Thorstvedt gathers above the head of Mark Wright. Thorstvedt taking his time. Liverpool fans are starting to get up and go home. And that is it. The whistle goes. A fine, famous victory here at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Spurs 2. 2 goals for Teddy Sheringham. The first on the penalty spot in the 31st minute. The second in the 42nd. Cancelling out Nigel Clough's 17th minute goal. Nigel Clough congratulating his former Nottingham Forest teammate Teddy Sheringham. And Spurs fans behind the goal and back at White Hart Lane and in Whites are in raptures as Spurs come away from Anfield with 3 precious points. Sheringham going over to the fans to acknowledge their appreciation and applause. It's going to be a very, very happy journey back down on the railways, back down the M6 and M1 tonight.